everyone, and welcome to practice. This is a full body Yin Yoga sequence, meaning we'll touch on a little bit of most parts of the body. I have a bolster. If you don't have a bolster, then grab a few pillows, and you can just have a few pillows nearby. As well, fold up a blanket or a towel and have that handy as well. So let's begin lying on our backs. Lie down and place your feet a little bit wider than hip width apart, about as wide as your mat. Allow your knees to drape inwards towards each other, and just rest your arms either out by your sides, or you could place your hands on your belly, or a hand on your belly and a hand on your chest. Let your eyes close. This is our constructive rest pose. And we'll start just by really releasing into the ground and dropping into our breath. So if you want to take a few big, exaggerated breaths, you can go ahead and do that, or a big sigh if that will help you to release into the ground. Now letting your body get really soft. So Yin Yoga is all about releasing muscular effort. So coming into a very passive place with your muscles and allowing for the full weight of your body to settle into the postures and into the ground. This is a practice of receiving energy as opposed to extending your energy outside of yourself. This is a practice of absorbing and soaking up energy, recharging, allowing your nervous system a chance to recenter and recalibrate. Slowing down your breath, relaxing your face, your jaw, your shoulders, your belly, slowing down your thoughts. And then take one more big breath here, just in this first moment of checking in. One more deep, deep inhale. And a clearing exhale. Gather your knees in towards your chest. Give them a nice little hug, a nice little squeeze. You may want to rock slightly from side to side if that feels good. A nice little release into the lower back and into the back of your pelvis. Moving into a supine twist. So you may want to have your bolster or your pillows handy. We will take our hips and just scooch them a little bit over towards the right side of your mat. Re-squeeze your knees in nice and close to your chest. And then with your left hand, we'll pull our legs over towards the left side of our mat. So stacking your knees. Now here's where your bolster or pillows might come in handy. You can put them underneath that outside leg, your left leg, if it feels like the ground is a little too far away, or if it feels like the twist is a little too intense. Get your knees at about belly button height so that you have a really nice even twist through your whole spine. Right arm sends out to the right side, palm face open, palm face up, so you get this nice opening across the front of your right chest and shoulder. Right side of your chest. Now offering as well, those of you who want a deeper twist, if you'd like to eagle wrap, you can wrap that right leg over top of the left. That's going to make your twist just a little deeper. So once you get settled into your shape, with a big breath, release your weight into the ground as much as you can. Coming into this place of surrender. Surrendering your weight. Surrendering your effort. Allowing yourself to be still. Telling yourself there's nothing you have to do here. There's nothing you have to accomplish or achieve here. Except for being still, being quiet, breathing, allowing yourself to receive, allowing yourself to soak up and recharge. So let's focus on those deep, slow breaths. Deep, slow inhale. Deep, slow exhale. Focusing your mind on your breath. So you're giving your mind something to do, something to attach to, so that your thoughts can just fade into the backdrop. Noticing and feeling the air as it draws in through your nostrils, so it fills up your lungs, as it expands your rib cage and your belly. And noticing, feeling the air, the breath, as it leaves your body, as it empties you out. So for a few more cycles of breath, just focus on that. Breath coming in and breath going out. Relaxing your bones, relaxing your muscles, relaxing your ligaments, your joints, your connective tissue. Allowing yourself to be still and quiet. Now let's finish this twist on this side with one more really deep breath. So deep inhale through the nose and a deep breath out through the mouth. To come out of this twist and to come out of all of these postures, go really slow. Be really mindful. So we want to keep this very quiet, gentle approach to our transitions. Slowly unravel from your twist. Gather your hips back to neutral. Now if you need to take a moment here just in center, you're welcome to. You can notice the difference between the feeling, the sensation of one side of your body to the other. Now when you're ready, we'll take our hips and just move them over to the left side of our mat slightly. Squeeze your knees in towards your chest. And then with your right hand, gather and pull your legs over towards the right side of your mat. Now again, if you want to put something underneath that right thigh, bolster or pillows to bring the ground up to meet your legs to make that twist a little less deep, a little less intense, then absolutely go ahead and do that. I like to use my opposite hand here to kind of hold on to the legs, helps to anchor the legs, and then I don't have to use any muscles to hold the legs where they are. Knees at about belly button height, left arm out to left side, again palm face open towards the ceiling, and really nice and heavy through that left shoulder. Closing your eyes if you can. Again, you've got that option. If you want to deepen the twist, you can come into that eagle wrap of the left leg wrapped over top of the right. So absolutely your choice where you want to hang out with this twist. Now maybe a big breath or a big sigh. Soften and sink into the ground. Imagine you are lying on warm sand or soft grass. And as your body sinks down, you're sinking in and leaving an imprint of your body into that grass or into that sand. Focusing again in on your breath, anchoring your mind, the mind that likes to be so busy and so active, anchoring our mind to watching our breath, watching and feeling the inhale, watching and noticing the exhale. Stick with that. Breathing in slowly and fully, really relaxed breath. And breathing out A nice long, slow, steady stream of air as you breathe out. Now we can start to take a scan through the body here, scanning from the top of your head all the way down to your fingertips, all the way down to the soles of your feet. Scanning slowly through and relaxing and releasing a little bit more. So there's always these layers of unconscious sort of holding or gripping, which is very normal, but here we want to try to release as much of that unconscious holding as possible. So take your time, use your mind's eye, your inner eye, to slowly track down through your body, down through all of your muscles, all of your bones. Softening, releasing, relaxing as you go down. Feeling yourself drop into the ground a little more, surrender into the ground a little bit more. As you track and scan through, also relax through your organs. Through your belly, deep down into your pelvis. Got a few more rounds of breath on this side. And with our last breath, a big sigh. So inhale through the nose. Sigh out through the mouth. Slow and mindful to unravel your twist. So please take as much time as you need to. Stay soft as you transition out of these shapes. Gather your hips back to neutral. And if you want to give your knees another hug in towards your chest here, you can. Maybe a tiny rock from side to side, a little massage through the back body. Now we'll come up to sit. So roll over to one side, doesn't matter which side. Use your hands to help you come on up. So you're staying in this really soft and gentle place as we transition up and down from the ground. So let's sit facing this long side of our mat. Take your left leg straight out to the left side. Bend your right knee so the right heel is close to your pubic bone, center of your pelvis, and you're welcome to sit up on something. If it feels like it's hard to sit up tall and easy, then slide that folded up towel or blanket underneath your seat. Relax your thighs, relax your knees, your ankles, your toes. Take your right arm out to the right side and then wrap your right arm behind you, and you can even tuck your fingers into the top of your waistband, just a way of anchoring your arm there so you don't have to muscularly hold it. Walk your left hand down your left leg, down your left thigh, and then you can just lean over. So maybe you lean over kind of onto your forearm slightly or into your hand. And then you can let your right ear drop down towards, your left ear drop down towards your left shoulder. So you're actually fully releasing the weight of your head, your skull as well. So we're coming into some side body release here. Right side of the neck, top of the right shoulder, and into that right side of your waist. Close your eyes if you can, or soften your gaze. And now remembering that this is a practice of being as passive as you can. So releasing as much muscular effort as possible. Really giving into gravity. So you're just allowing gravity to do the work for you. Not having to force or pull your way any deeper into these shapes, but just allowing yourself to lean in and find your edge. And Once you come up to your edge, focusing inwards on breath. Breathing in, breathing out. Again, breathing in. Relaxing your jaw, your forehead, the muscles around your eyes, around your ears. Soft belly. Nice slow breaths, slow cycles of breath. Continue to let your head really hang over towards that left side. Releasing and lengthening through the side of your neck. It helps to really keep your jaw relaxed, meaning that you allow your teeth to separate slightly. So if you've got your teeth clamped together, see if you can allow your molars, your back teeth, to separate slightly so that the jaw muscles are completely passive and relaxed. Now one more deep breath on this side. Big inhale. Full exhale. Now staying where you are, just release that right arm from behind your back. And we'll sweep the right arm up towards the ceiling. Turn the palm of your hand to face your left foot. And then extend your right arm long in line with your right ear. Now there's a little bit more muscular activity happening here for sure, but keep it as gentle as you can. See if you can possibly gather your right shoulder back slightly and breathe into the right side of your waist, into your right ribs, and all the way up towards your right armpit. Let's take 2 more slow rounds of breath. Inhale. Keep extending out of right fingertips. Exhale. And again, breathing in and breathing out. Good. Now slowly release that right arm. And we'll roll ourselves up to neutral. Please let your head be heavy. Let your head be the last thing to arrive. Once your ears are stacked on top of your shoulders, give your head just a tiny little shake from side to side as a way to release that neck stretch, to recalibrate through your neck muscles. Now we'll take that left leg, bend your left knee and gather it in. So we're coming into an ankle to knee shape or double pigeon, lots of different names for this shape. So right shin, have it parallel with that long side of your mat, and just very softly flex your toes back to stabilize your knee joint. Now those of you who are a little more flexible and open through your hips, you can cross your left ankle over top of your right thigh. For a lot of you this might not be accessible, in which case just place that left ankle in front of your right knee, so it makes like a square kind of shape or a box shape. We're going to fold straight forwards over top of the legs. Now this might be a place where you want to use a few pillows or your bolster out in front of you, somewhere that you can kind of lean forwards onto. It might be nice to prop up on your elbows and then rest your forehead into your hands so that the weight of your head can really rest as well. So be creative with whatever kind of props you have around you. You are welcome to just simply dangle and fold forwards. Lean in and allow gravity to do the work for you. Lean in and find your edge. Once you have found that edge, big breath, big sigh. Get still, get quiet, and get really soft. Release your weight, release your bones into this posture, into the ground. Continue to breathe slow and deep. Feel what you feel. Notice the sensations that rise up, especially as we come into maybe a slightly deeper sensation or a deeper stretch here into the hips. Instead of tightening against the sensation, see if you can soften right into the center of whatever it is that you are feeling. Keep breathing. You can keep focusing your mind on the inhale and the exhale, staying quiet in our thoughts, quiet and still in our body. Maybe take another scan. You can scan through, make sure your fingertips are relaxed, your toes are relaxed. The muscles in your face, your forehead and your scalp are relaxed, and your belly is soft. Just let your belly hang out. Let's take 3 more rounds of breath right where you are. Give in, totally surrender into this moment and into this shape, into the ground. And with that last breath, maybe you want to take a big sigh. Maybe you want to breathe out through your mouth and release a little bit more. When you're ready, slowly walk back up to sit tall. And then take your hands back behind you. Separate your feet a little wider than hip width apart. And then just take a couple windshield wipers as a way to sort of rinse through that hip stretch, to move that stretch through your joints. So a couple times just sort of swishing from side to side, and then we'll come and do all of that on the other side. So left knee is bent, left heel close to center of your pelvis, right leg extends out to the side. Sit on your pillow or blanket or whatever you want, if that will help you here. Then relax your thighs, relax your shoulders. Take your left arm out to the left side and then wrap that arm behind you. Maybe tuck your hand into the top of your waistband to help anchor the arm. Start to lean over towards that right leg. Slowly crawl your way down. There's no rush. And then allow that right ear to drop down towards your right shoulder. And see if you can fully let go of the weight of your scalp, your skull, your brain, your head. Bringing that nice length into the left side of your neck, the top of your shoulder, and into the left side of your waist. Now settling in here. Letting yourself be still and quiet. Remembering there's nothing you have to accomplish or achieve here. Being still, being quiet, breathing deeply is enough. Giving your nervous system this chance to recenter and recalibrate. With those deep, slow breaths, allowing ourselves to come into more of the rest and recover state, the rest and digest state. Activating the parasympathetic nervous system. Releasing stress. Slowing down. Receiving and recharging, so allowing yourself to be like a sponge, receiving and soaking up energy that you need to be vital and vibrant and healthy and balanced. Now check in with your jaw here. Make sure that your teeth are really relaxed. The molars at the back of your mouth are separated slightly. You can let your face go really slack, so you don't have to have any nice sort of pleasant expression on your face here, but really let your face be empty, like a blank page or a blank slate. Maybe you can let your head lean sideways a little bit more. Maybe you can release your weight over that right leg a little bit more. And now we'll take that left arm, release it from behind us, and sweep the left fingertips straight up towards the ceiling. Turn the palm of your hand to face towards your right foot. And then slowly extend that left arm long in line with your left ear. Now again, a little bit more muscular activity here. That's okay, but stay as gentle as you can with it. Breathe deep, deep breaths into the left side of your waist. Expand that left side of your rib cage and breathe all the way up to your left armpit. 2 more rounds of breath. Reach out of left fingertips. Inhale. Soften as you exhale. And one more time, breathing in and breathing out. Now taking your time to slowly roll back up through center. Slow and easy, slow and mindful. Head is the last thing to arrive. Once you're sitting tall, give your head a little shake from side to side just to release your neck. And now taking that left shin parallel to that long side of your mat, wrapping your right leg around and either stacking right ankle over top of your left thigh or placing right ankle just in front of your left thigh. Coming forwards over top of both legs. Maybe use your props, your pillows, your whatever you've got in any creative way that will help you to feel supported. Again, you're welcome to just drape your body forwards wherever it wants to arrive, and land is good enough. We don't have to force our way into any particular alignment. We don't force ourselves deeper. Surrender to gravity. Surrender the weight of your bones, of your muscles into the ground. Check that your belly is really relaxed here. Let your belly hang out. You don't have to tighten or hold in your abdominals at all. Let your belly be soft. Let your hands and your fingertips be soft. Notice whatever you feel, whatever physical sensations or even whatever emotional sensations rise up. And just keep breathing. Keep finding inhale and exhale. Slow, deep rounds of breath. Keep sinking into the ground as if you're sinking into nice soft grass. You're welcome to take a scan or a track down through your body at any point through the practice, noticing any places of unconscious gripping or tightening or holding, and trying to release those areas, soften those areas. Take about 3 more rounds of your breath. Soft jaw, soft forehead, soft eyes. And then with your last breath, go ahead and take a big sigh if that feels good. So an inhale through the nose and an exhale out through the mouth. And then draw yourself slowly back up to center. One more time, let's take those windshield wipers. So lean back onto your hands, take your feet wider than hip width apart, and take some sweeps or swishes from side to side. You can go slow or fast, whatever feels good. All right, coming to hands and knees. You may want to take your folded up towel or blanket here to just place back underneath your knees. Knees are about hip width apart. We're coming into puppy dog pose, so a nice release and opening through the chest and the shoulders. So hands are shoulder width apart. Keep your hips stacked right above your knees, and then walk your hands forwards, walk your arms forwards. You can even release down onto your forearms. Hands can relax, and then bring your forehead to rest to the ground. And then, like you are trying to melt your rib cage, release your sternum heavy down towards the ground. So imagining like you've got a soft sandbag, a nice light little sandbag on the back of your chest, right between your shoulder blades, right at the back of your heart. And it's helping to sink your chest towards the ground. And we're not going to be here for too long. Breathe really, really deep, and with every exhale, find that that release, that melting of your chest down towards the ground. Relax your shoulders, your chest, your face. 2 more rounds of breath. Big sighs on your exhale. Again, if that helps, if that feels good, 1 more round of breath. Good. Now, lift your forehead up off the ground. And just mindfully, carefully gather your hands, your forearms back in. If you want to keep your knees on that blanket, you can. We're coming into child's pose. If you want to get rid of it, just slide it out to the side. Child's pose, feel free to have your knees nice and close together or your knees slightly wider apart. Totally what feels more comfortable and natural to you. Softening belly towards thighs. Arms can be either out in front of you or back by your sides or all the way back, hands near your feet. So it's really comforting, grounding, quieting child's pose. Again, relax your weight, relax your bones into the ground. Get as soft as you can. Feel your belly pressing, breathing into your thighs. So on your inhales, you might feel your belly expanding down into the tops of your legs. That's good. Let your belly relax completely. Softening back into your hip sockets, your hip joints. Child's pose is very soothing, very quieting for all of our systems. Nervous system, digestive system. 1 or 2 more rounds of breath. Give into the ground. Soften into the ground. Now releasing softly to come back up to hands and knees. You may want to grab your pillow, not your pillow, or it could be your pillow or blanket, whatever you'd like. We'll place it underneath our left knee. So you've got some cushioning underneath that left knee. Take your right foot out to the right side and forward. So your right foot is coming to the outside of your right hand. And just set yourself up here so that your ankle is underneath your knee. So it's a nice steady place to lean into. And then feel free to kind of heel toe that right foot in between your hands. So you've got your right hand to the outside of your right foot. Now we're letting our hips really sink forward. So just releasing the weight of your pelvis forwards. And you don't have to try and keep your hips square or keep yourself in any really specific alignment, but remembering again the sense of release and surrender of your weight and allowing your body to to drop in with gravity, to find its own edge, to let your body just kind of drape into this posture wherever it wants to go. Your head can just flop forwards. You don't have to hold your head in any particular alignment. Belly is soft. And this can get intense fairly quickly. The sensations can get intense fairly quickly as we release into inner groin, inner hips, hip flexors, psoas, lots of juicy stuff happening here. So really focus on the breath. Really focus on staying soft wherever you can. And noticing, taking this chance, this opportunity to notice what rises up for you when things feel a little challenging, when we are faced with a challenging sensation, a challenging moment. Staying as still, as quiet as you can, not distracting ourselves with fiddling or unnecessary movement, but just really being where you are, noticing, breathing, feeling, letting it be okay. Two more rounds of breath on this side. Heavy hips, soft belly, deep breath, still and quiet. Now after those 2 rounds of breath, we're not quite out of the woods yet. We're going to take our right hand to the inside of that right foot. Heel toe your right foot slightly out to the right side. And now you're welcome to let your right knee sort of swing out towards the right side. So the knee can kind of wing out towards the side. I'm sort of rolling towards the outside edge of my right foot. Now you can stay up here on your hands and just sort of sink in, let your head lean forward. Some of you may even want to release down to your forearms. That might be a little more intense. Some of you, I'm just throwing out a bunch of options here. Some of you could even add on the thigh stretch if you want to reach back for your left foot with your right hand and add on that quadricep stretch. You can check that in as well. Now wherever you are choosing to move into, let's remember the softness, the surrender. We're trying to be as passive as we possibly can. Not extending our energy outside of ourselves, but really gathering and focusing our energy inside of ourselves, recharging our batteries, recentering our focus and our nervous system. Breathe deep, slow, full breaths, especially if you are in a moment here that feels a bit challenging, that feels a little bit intense. Keep your jaw soft, your forehead soft. Relax into the middle, into the center of the sensation. 2 more rounds of breath. Sigh it out if you need to. And then slowly release. If you had that thigh stretch, release from wherever you were, and we'll slowly walk back up to hands and drag that right foot back to meet the left. Now you may want to move around a little bit here, so take a moment to maybe take some cat and cow, or stretch that right leg back behind you. You can open up the hip, take a few hip circles. Maybe you want to take child's pose, or even a downward facing dog. So there's this moment here in between sides to listen in and let your body do what it wants to do to help sort of integrate those deep stretches on that one side. And then as you're ready, let's get set up for the second side. So right knee onto your pillow or your blanket. Left foot swings out to the side and forwards. We want to get ourselves set up here so the ankle is underneath the knee. Relax the weight of the hips, and then heel toe your left foot in between your hands. So you're kind of leaning your chest and your belly over top of that left thigh. Now, let yourself go. Let yourself release into the shape. Use the very bare minimum of your muscular effort that you need in order to stay upright and not fall over. Hips are heavy. Let your hips just sink with gravity into whichever alignment they want to fall into. Release any gripping, release any tightening, and surrender deeply into your breath, into the shape, and into whatever sensations are rising up. Slow down your inhales. Slow down your exhales. Keep your eyes closed if that helps you. Keep your face soft. Make sure your belly is relaxed. You can send some focus down into your pelvis. Try to release and soften into your pelvis, your inner hips, inner thighs. Release into those hip flexors, your psoas. We've got a few more rounds of breath on this side. Stick with it. Staying still, staying quiet. Sighing your breath out if that will help you. Big sighs can be like a way of letting off some steam. So if you're feeling a lot of sensation rise up, a lot of things bubbling up to the surface, a big sigh can be a way of moving that out of your body. Okay, so now we're going to take our left hand to the inside of the left foot. Heel toe that left foot slightly wider. And what we're doing here again is letting that left knee kind of wing out towards the side. So you're just releasing the weight of your knee out towards the left side, and you can kind of roll towards that outside edge of your left foot. Hips are still really heavy. Maybe lean into your hands. You can let your shoulders shrug, your head drop. You may want to lower to your forearms. Again, option to add on the thigh stretch if you want to reach left hand back for your right foot. Soft jaw. Soft face. Soft belly. Stay quiet and still. Continue to focus your mind in on breathing in and breathing out. Gently, softly, slowly. Continue to notice whatever is rising up physically, emotionally, mentally, any thoughts that are trickling up to the surface. You can notice them, but you don't have to engage with them. You can let them float past. We're not here for much longer, so stick with your breath. This too shall pass. Maybe you want to take a big, huge sigh to release, to take your final breath here. Big inhale through the nose. And a exhale out of the mouth. Letting this go slowly. So again, always taking your time as you come in and out of the shapes. Walking back up, and with a moan or a groan or a sigh, if you need to, send that left leg back. Now, if you want to move around here a little bit, take a few cat and cows. a downward dog, or send that left leg back and open up the hip. Anything goes, doesn't have to be traditional yoga. Just let your body kind of rinse that through, integrate those stretches through. And then when you're ready, let's come to sit on our bum, legs straight out in front of us. And we'll come into caterpillar pose, a nice soothing forward fold, lengthening the whole back line of our body. Now, if your hamstrings are quite tight, you could take your blanket, roll it up into a nice little sausage roll, and just place it underneath the backs of your knees. So it just brings a little bend into the knees, can help to make a little more space for this stretch. Relax your feet, your thighs, your ankles. Feel free to use pillows or bolster here if you want to have something to lean forwards onto. Or no pillows. You can just ease yourself down. Again, we're not trying to like crank and yank ourselves deep into the shape. It's a different approach. We're trying to allow ourselves to sink in and come up to that natural edge of resistance. Let your body and gravity bring you to your natural edge. Deep, slow breaths. You are closing yourself up like you're closing a book. Opening the back line of your body. As you fold forwards here, you may be able to hear your breath a little better, that nice whisper of your breath. You can focus on that. Focus your mind on that soft oceanic sound of your breath as it comes in and out. Like a wave, in and out, over and over again. Let's take about 3 more rounds of your breath here. Soft shoulders, soft head, soft jaw, soft belly. Drop into the shape. Release your weight. Maybe that big sigh on your last breath, if you'd like. And then slowly roll yourself all the way up to your seat. Now we'll continue to lay all the way down on our back. So really mindfully, just lower yourself down nice and quietly. Find your pillow or your bolster or whatever you are using, and we'll slide it underneath our pelvis. So lift your hips up just enough to slide a pillow or two or a bolster underneath your pelvis, and make sure the full weight of your hips, the full weight of your pelvis is completely supported, so you can just really relax the weight of your hips. And then lift your legs up towards the ceiling. Unlock your knees, so let your knees be soft. Unlock your ankles and your toes. You don't have to hold your legs straight or hold your legs together, but just let your legs kind of flop and dangle above you. Arms can rest out by your sides or anywhere else that feels comforting, safe, grounded, and soothing. Close your eyes if possible. And let yourself relax into this posture, this restorative inversion, lifting our legs and our hips up above the level of our heart. Allowing the veins in your legs to have a break, a little rest. Allowing your heart to rest. Allowing the lymphatic fluids in our lower body to drain back towards the center of our body where they can be filtered and processed. Breathe slow and deep. Stay quiet. Quiet in your body, quiet in your mind. So focusing on your breathing again, if that helps you to stay present, giving your mind something to follow. And we'll take just a few more breaths where you are, keeping your legs relaxed, keeping your breath deep and slow. And then we'll start to bend the knees. Let your knees just soften in towards your chest. You can even give your knees a little hug in. You can wrap your arms around the knees and give them a little squeeze in towards your belly, towards your chest. A little rock from side to side could even feel nice there. Release one foot to the ground and then the other. Lift up your hips just enough to slide your pillow or bolster out from underneath your knees. And you can slide them down now so that your pillows or bolster will be underneath the backs of your knees. And we're coming into a moment of our final rest of Shavasana. So getting something underneath your knees can just help your lower back to have a little more space, a little more of a restful posture position. Take your arms wherever feels comfortable, natural, safe, and grounded. Close your eyes. Deep inhale through the nose. Big exhale out through your mouth. Sink into the ground here in our final posture completely. Your bones are heavy. Your muscles are very relaxed. Release the need to accomplish, to constantly be on the move. Let yourself be still. Let yourself integrate and incorporate. Let yourself absorb and digest everything that you have just done. Let your mind have a break. Let your mind be quiet and restful. Your nervous system recenter, recalibrate. And allow yourself to absorb, to soak up the energy that you need to be recharged, to be vibrant and healthy and balanced and alive. One more deep breath here. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Good. Now coming out of this stillness, move your fingers and move your toes. Slowly roll over to one side, coming to a fetal position. And then use your hands to help you come up off the ground and come to your seat. Place your hands together, seal the palms of the hands into that prayer position. Take a breath. And namaste. Thank you for practicing.